Sko, ég er með þriðja útlendingin hérna í viðtali og þetta er Øystein Noreng, hann er professor við Handelshøjskolen í Noregi. I will speak you in English, Øystein Noreng. Yes. Of course we should speak Norwegian, but I just wanted to ask you shortly about an article you wrote the other day, and the article was titled "Do Not Betray Iceland."
Well, I didn't say, I said the article is Norway should help Iceland.
Yes.
And my perspective is that it's in Norway's own interest to do so. We need stability. If Iceland is not helped by anyone, first Iceland could try on its own. It will be a very poor country, and it will destabilize the conditions. Iceland could seek, of course, help in Norway, which I think it should get. But there's also, as I mentioned, a possibility that Iceland will seek help in Russia and get it. Then you'll get, in economic affairs, a Russian foothold in Iceland, which is not in Norway's interest.
So in what way do you think Norway should help Iceland?
I think we should not pay for IceSave. I think IceSave is a different thing, and IceSave should be settled between the Icelandic government by negotiations with the people who are owed money, and I tend to agree with Martin Wolf in the Financial Times, who says that the legal case for what Mr. Brown has done is very shaky. But I think Norway should give Iceland a long-term loan to get the Icelandic economy on its feet. Iceland needs to import food, medicines, very many other things. But of course, Norway should ask for certain conditions.
You were actually suggesting a monetary union between Iceland and Norway, exactly. Which is, of course, in a way not a monetary union. It's that Norway adopt Iceland because Iceland is only 3.7 of the GDP of Norway.
Yeah, okay, but there are several cases of that. For example, Luxembourg uses the Belgian franc, and Luxembourg has no monetary policy. The Icelandic monetary policy has not been successful, to be frank.
Yes.
Yes, if you may agree with me. Norway, for Iceland, the advantage would be you would get, using the Norwegian kroner, you would get a stable currency, get lower interest rates, and your savings would be safer. But of course, the condition is that the Norwegian credit and financial supervision authorities would also operate in Iceland. And the experience, as you know, is that the Icelandic authorities on this point have not been very successful either.
Yes. But you were also saying that this could be expanded to an economic union between Iceland and Norway involving fisheries.
The first stage would be a monetary union. I think you would have to exchange the Icelandic, all the debts and all the assets into the common Norwegian Icelandic currency, and then of course you would no longer have indexation of debts as you have in Iceland. That would be, and also of course the precondition for a monetary union would be also that the Icelandic Central Bank could no longer issue debt at will. It would have to coordinate that with the financial authorities in Norway. It would discipline Iceland.
Yes, but you also say that we should reach a union in fisheries policies.
Yeah, that would be a second step. What I would think that this would be an advantage for both countries is that we share large areas in the North Atlantic which are potentially very resource rich. We have fish already. We might find minerals, not only oil but other things. And to have some kind of an economic union, we might coordinate the law of the sea, fishing policies, and we would be much stronger in relation to both the EU, the United States, and Russia. And then, if we should want to go into the EU together, we might have a stronger case, because they would say we are the North Atlantic. We need to take care of the fish, and we cannot have anarchy. We don't want a repetition of what has happened in Eastern Canada. We want to guard the fish stocks.
So this would not exclude EU membership?
No, it does not. In my view, not. I'm in favor of EU membership for Norway, but I think it's difficult. So far, the Norwegian economic situation is so different from that of the EU that the Norwegian public doesn't feel any strong need. But for political reasons, I would like to go into the EU, but I'm not a big enthusiast of what the EU is today. And I think I can very well understand those Norwegians who say, no, we shouldn't go in. But I would like to go in, but we could go in then together with a much stronger case.
And you say in your article that Iceland and Norway could set a new standard for international solidarity.
Yeah, well, we might do that in some way. But that is, you see, that I think And this is also being discussed in the EU. If the Eurozone is to survive, the richer countries will have to help the poorer ones.
Yes.
Otherwise, it will not survive.
Thank you.
The world will not survive unless the richer countries help the poorer ones. It's in our own interest to help them.
Thank you, Øystein Norring, for being on the program.
Tackar.
Ja, tack.